On this very day, July 9th, something extraordinary is happening in the heavens. Archangel Michael, one of God's mightiest warriors, has received a direct command from the throne of the Most High. This isn't just any message, it's a divine announcement meant specifically for you. The moment you begin reading these words, a sacred countdown starts ticking. Not just here on earth, but in the spiritual realm as well. Every second that passes is part of a heavenly plan, carefully orchestrated by God Himself. This is not a moment to brush off or ignore. It's not something you should casually scroll past on your phone or skim without thought. This is a divine appointment, a moment where the natural world and the spiritual world are aligning just for you. You've been sensing it, haven't you? That strange stirring deep inside your heart, that quiet but persistent feeling that something big is on its way. It's not fear exactly, but it's not calm either. It's like standing on the edge of a cliff, knowing something life-changing is about to unfold, even if you can't see it clearly yet. That's because you're on the verge of a divine encounter, a moment that will shift the course of your life. Archangel Michael has been sent to deliver this urgent message to you, and it's arriving just in time, right before a surprise comes, knocking at your door. If you skip over this or dismiss it, you might miss the guidance that's meant to protect you, prepare you, and lead you into a season of blessings. This isn't just a casual note. It's a spiritual roadmap for what's about to happen. There's someone out there, yes, that person, the one whose name still lingers in your heart, the one you've thought about in quiet moments, maybe even cried over when no one else was around. They've been wrestling with their thoughts, battling within themselves about whether to reach out to you. But here's what God is saying. They're not coming to you empty-handed. They're carrying something significant, something wrapped in mystery. It's not what you might expect. It's not something simple or it's deeper than that, heavier with meaning, something your mind hasn't fully grasped yet. God is urging you to pay attention to this message before you open your door to them. Archangel Michael is already standing guard in the spiritual realm, positioned at your doorstep to protect this sacred moment. This person has already started their journey toward you, and it's happening now. Don't check your phone for their last message. Don't try to guess what's going on. Don't assume you know how this will play out. This isn't just a casual visit, it's a visitation, a moment ordained by heaven. Right now, in the unseen world, you are being closely watched. Angels are surrounding you, stationed behind you, circling your home. There's a spiritual battle unfolding for the next chapter of your life. This isn't just about love or relationships. It's about restoration. It's about God making things right, bringing back what was taken from you, healing what was broken. That conversation you never got to finish, that apology you never heard, that moment you thought was lost forever. God is saying, this is the time for it to come full circle. You didn't stumble across this message by chance. Even the timing of when you opened it was part of a divine test. Archangel Michael had to step back for a moment, letting you feel the weight of waiting. The silence that refined you like fire purifies gold. That long season of waiting wasn't wasted, was shaping you, preparing you for this very moment. But now, the fire is cooling. The test is coming to an end. The door is about to open. The person coming to you is hiding something, but not in a harmful way. They're scared. For weeks, they've been wrestling with this decision, going back and forth in their mind. They've cried, written messages they never sent, erased drafts, even driven to your house only to turn around and leave. But something changed last night. They had a vision, a moment of clarity. They heard your name whispered in their heart, like a call they couldn't ignore. This isn't just about them coming back to you, it's about revelation. Those who doubted you, who laughed at your struggles, will soon see God's hand at work in your life. You won't just recover what you lost, you'll receive more than you ever imagined. But you need to stay spiritually awake for this moment. This person isn't just bringing their heart, they're bringing an opportunity, a confession, something they've been battling within themselves. Archangel Michael says what they're carrying holds deep meaning. For some of you, it might be something tangible, a letter, a small gift, an envelope. For others, it's something invisible, the words they'll speak, the look in their eyes, the pause before they finally open up. Don't rush them, don't interrupt, let them share at their own pace, because this moment is holy. They've ignored heaven's nudges before, but God gave them one final chance today. That's why you're seeing this message now. God delayed them just long enough for you to be ready. If you hadn't read this, confusion could have clouded the moment, but God sent his messenger ahead to clear the way. Get ready, but not just in a casual way. Don't dress for an ordinary day, dress for a breakthrough. Don't act like this is just another hour. Shift your mindset, light a candle, stand by your window, and quietly say, I'm ready, Lord. Your home, your heart, your atmosphere needs to be prepared for what's coming. This isn't just about the person, it's about the blessing tied to their return. There's a spiritual document with your name on it, marked for release today. July 9th, angels are working to align the physical world with the spiritual. Blockages that held you back are dissolving. Your waiting has paid off. The person coming to you isn't the same as they were before. Don't treat them like the old version, but also be wise. God isn't sending them just for romance. He's sending them for repentance, for a holy conversation that's part of your destiny. You can't afford to miss it. Archangel Michael is commanding you to stay focused, because the enemy has been trying to distract you, to make you step away just as this moment arrives. But heaven has rerouted the timeline, and this message is here to keep you on track. Be gentle, but not naive. The person coming to you has good intentions, but they're also afraid. They expect you to reject them, to push them away. But what they don't know is that you've already forgiven them. You've cried the tears that washed away your bitterness. What they're carrying isn't as powerful as what's in your heart. An angel is standing at your door, guarding this moment with divine authority. Don't invite others into this. Don't call friends for advice or overthink what to say. This is between you and God. If you feel confused, just breathe and say, Holy Spirit, guide this moment. If you follow God's lead, what starts as a surprise will end in celebration. But if you hesitate or doubt, it could lead to confusion. God trusts you. He chose you for this moment, even when others didn't. Today isn't like any other day. It's marked by heaven's fire, by divine light, by an appointment that's been delayed for too long. Archangel Michael is standing, watch, counting every second, urging you to open your heart to this message. Asterisk, asterisk, you have no idea what's been happening in the spiritual realm. God sees it, all the steps of the person coming to you. Their trembling hands, their heart that's been wrestling with this decision. They're not coming tomorrow or next week, they're coming now. What they're carrying isn't meant to hurt you, but it will change everything. They're nervous, unsure, but they're tired of hiding the truth. Heaven has been preparing your home, rearranging the spiritual atmosphere. That unease you're feeling isn't random, it's your spirit sensing divine movement. This isn't a warning, it's a revelation. Something hidden is about to be uncovered. Something buried deep in their heart is rising to the surface. God has heard your silent questions, the ones you didn't speak out loud, but thought in the quiet of the night. You've wondered if they'd ever change, if you'd ever know the truth. Today is the day those questions are answered. Open this message with a trembling heart, because everything is about to shift. They didn't want to tell you at first. They didn't know how. The weight of what they're carrying has been heavy, too much to bear alone. They've rehearsed their words in front of mirrors, imagined standing at your door, pictured your face, but nothing can prepare them for the moment heaven steps in. Archangel Michael isn't leaving until you understand this. You have a small window to receive this blessing, a moment that won't last forever. Don't skip it. Don't delay. God has sent too many angels into action for you to ignore this. Your name is written on a scroll of divine visitation. Your door has been chosen. They're not coming empty-handed. It's a confession, a gift, a piece of their heart they swore they'd never share. God has forced the truth to rise within them, and they're breaking under its weight. What they say might confuse you at first, might bring tears, but by the end of the day, it will make sense. They're bringing an answer and a new question, both sent by God. You've been seeing signs everywhere lately, haven't you? Songs that hit too close to home, numbers repeating, lights flickering, your phone acting strange. Dreams shouted it through silence, hinted at it through every little moment you couldn't explain. He's not upset that you didn't see it sooner. He's proud that you're seeing it now. Awake. Nothing will deceive you again. When they hand you what they're carrying, a letter, a gift, something small but heavy with meaning, don't rush to open it. Tempted to shut the door, to say it's too late, but God is asking you to listen to Him, not your pain. It starts with their confession. Angels are protecting this moment. God has placed a stillness over your home, keeping this encounter private, sacred. Others might try to interfere, someone who prayed against you, a friend who gossiped, a relative who doubted you, but they'll be silenced when they see what God does. The moment you finish this message, you'll feel a shift in your heart. That's your confirmation. That presence isn't anxiety, it's Archangel Michael, standing guard until this visitation is complete. Trust God, even if tears fall. This isn't about proving you were right, it's about understanding why things had to fall apart before they could come together. God used the pain to grow your wisdom, the loneliness to build your strength, the silence to sharpen your spiritual hearing. Now the foundation is ready, and God is laying the final piece. Some of you will hear a knock, others will get a call or a message, but the signal is the same. God sent them. Don't be afraid. Don't reject the moment. He's been preparing you for this, and today you're ready. They might stumble over their words, cry, or ask for forgiveness in a broken way. It took courage, and it took God's hand to bring them to you. This is your moment, a sacred turning point written in the stars and sealed by heaven's hand. The person at your door isn't just bringing a gift or a confession, they're carrying the beginning of a new chapter, one that God has been crafting through every tear, every prayer, every sleepless night. As you open your door, you're not just opening it to them, you're opening it to God's promise, to a restoration that will echo through your life and beyond. Stand firm in faith, hold fast to peace, and let love guide your words. This is the day you've been waiting for, the day heaven has marked as yours. Step into it with courage, knowing that Archangel Michael stands guard, that God Himself is watching, and that the story unfolding now is only the beginning of something beautiful. Asterisk, the message you've just received is not the end, but a continuation of the divine work God is weaving into your life. On this sacred day, July 9th, the heavens are still stirring, and Archangel Michael remains steadfast, guarding the path that's unfolding before you. This moment is not a fleeting spark, but a flame that will grow brighter as you step forward in faith. Visitation at your door is a single thread in a tapestry of restoration, healing, and purpose that stretches far beyond what your eyes can see right now. Let's continue to unpack this divine moment so you can walk into it fully prepared, with your heart open and your spirit aligned with God's plan. As you stand on the threshold of this encounter, every tear you've shed, every prayer you've whispered, every moment of doubt you've pushed through, none of it has been overlooked. God has been collecting those moments, storing them in the chambers of heaven, and now He's releasing a wave of answers that will wash over your life like a cleansing tide. The person approaching your door isn't just bringing a gift or a confession, they're carrying a piece of your destiny. This isn't about rekindling an old flame or settling a past score, it's about aligning you with the next season God has prepared. You've been through the fire, refined by waiting, strengthened by silence, and now you're ready to receive what's been held back for so long. But let's be clear, this moment requires your active participation. A blessing on a silver platter, He's inviting you to co-create this miracle with Him. When that knock comes, or when your phone lights up with their name, you'll feel a rush of emotions. Your heart might race, your hands might tremble, and your mind might flood with memories good and painful. That's normal. Your words and guard your heart. This is a sacred exchange, and God wants you to approach it with wisdom, grace, and courage. Battles, their own nights of wrestling with God. They're coming to you humbled, changed, and carrying something that's meant to shift your story. What they hold in their hands, whether it's a letter, it's a symbol of their surrender to God's call. They've been running from this moment, dodging heaven's nudges, convincing themselves they could move on without facing you. He stirred their heart, woke them in the night, whispered your name until they couldn't ignore it anymore. Last night, something broke within them. Maybe it was a dream, a memory, or a sudden realization of what they lost when they walked away. Whatever it was, it pushed them to act. And now they're on their way, heart pounding, hands shaking, unsure of what you'll say, but certain they can't keep silent any longer. As you prepare for this moment, God is asking you to let go of any bitterness that might still linger. You've already forgiven them in your heart, but the enemy will try to stir up old wounds to sabotage this encounter. Don't let him. But as someone God is using to bring healing, their words might not be perfect. They might stumble, cry, or struggle, to express what's in their heart. That's okay. Listen with your spirit, not just your ears. Look for the truth behind their words, the intention behind their actions. This moment is about reconciliation, not just with each other, but with God's greater plan for your lives. Archangel Michael is still standing guard, ensuring no interference from the enemy. There are forces seen and unseen that don't want this moment to happen. Maybe it's a friend who's been feeding you doubt, a family member who's questioned your worth, or even your own inner voice whispering that you don't deserve this. Those voices are lies. God has silenced them in the spiritual realm, and Michael is holding the line to protect this divine appointment. Trust that the atmosphere around you has been cleared. Your home is a sanctuary right now, a place where heaven is touching earth. Even the air feels different, doesn't it? That's the presence of angels, rearranging the spiritual space to make room for what's coming. When this person arrives, don't rush the moment. Let it unfold naturally. It with care. Don't be quick to judge or dismiss it. What they're offering might seem small, but its significance is eternal. It's a piece of their heart, a step toward making things right. And as you receive it, you're also receiving God's promise of restoration. This isn't just about closing an old chapter. The pain of the past was preparation for this moment. The loneliness you endured was building your strength. The silence you sat in was teaching you to hear God's voice. And what was broken is made whole. As you wait for their arrival, keep your heart soft and your spirit alert. Light that candle. Say that prayer. Stand by your window and declare, "I'm ready, Lord." Your faith is the key that unlocks this blessing. You've waited longer than most would, prayed harder than many could, and held on when it seemed impossible. That's why God is rewarding you now. He's seen your heart, counted your tears, and heard your cries. He's saying, "My child, your moment has come. What I've prepared for you is greater than you can imagine." When they arrive, you might feel overwhelmed. Tears might fall yours or theirs. Silence might hang in the air. That's okay. Let it be. God is in the spaces between your words, in the pauses, in the quiet moments. He's holding this encounter together, ensuring it unfolds exactly as it's meant to. And when it's over, when they've said what they came to say and handed you what they brought, you'll feel a shift. It might be subtle at first, a lightness in your chest, a warmth in your heart, but it will grow. You'll know deep in your soul that this was God's doing. You'll look back on this day, July 9th, as the moment everything changed. Asterisk, asterisk, if this message has touched your heart and lifted your spirit, please like and subscribe to stay connected with more divine words of hope and encouragement. Share this with someone who needs to hear it too. Could be the spark that changes their life. For those feeling led to support this ministry, a super thanks of $20 would mean the world, helping us continue to spread God's love and messages of faith. We love you deeply and are so grateful to have you on this spiritual journey with us. May God's blessings overflow in your life.